AM 560. Hey, we're back at the Entrepreneur's Edge. Business owners and entrepreneurs. Once again, here's Mark and Tom.
Hey, welcome back. It's Mark Imperial.
And this is Tom Rebar. Welcome back with our special guest.
On this segment, we are joined by a gentleman named John Hora. He's the Vice President of Art of Barter. And I'll tell you, we are talking about an underground economy. And this is, Art of Barter has been around since 1991, quietly helping business owners become more successful. And, in good times or bad, this works. So we're going to talk to John about the underground economy and what we mean by that. So welcome to the show, John.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me.
We are excited to have you here because I know that, especially in times like today, this sort of underground economy is really, really coming back in popularity and people are buzzing about it. So that's why we asked you to come out here and talk a little bit about how you help business owners. So could you give our listeners a little bit of background about your company and who you serve?
Well, sure. Yeah, we have been around since 91. Our marketplace is the Chicagoland area, the collar counties, Chicago. We deal with the small business owners, pretty much like what your show is all about. It's kind of the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. But basically, our system is a network of business owners that do business together, except instead of using a cash dollar, they use what we call a barter dollar.
Let's jump right in and talk about that. How does that help a business owner? And, how can they take advantage of that?
Well, first of all, we have an exclusive membership. So people prefer to trade or do business with the other members. So you're kind of a big fish in a small pond, if you know what I mean. The advantage to being a member in the barter system is you're going to get business you wouldn't have had otherwise. People are going to go out of their way to do business with you. They're going to prefer you over a cash option because when they use a barter dollar, they're saving a cash dollar.
Okay, now let's break this down really basic because I know a lot of folks can't wrap their mind readily around barter. Let's talk about a simple trade. I'm trading you my service for your service. But if one of the two doesn't need the other, that's where it becomes
simplify it for
uneven.
You.
Okay.
Everybody understands a trade at some point. When I was a kid, I've got two younger sisters, right? Mm-hmm. So all the good stuff came in sixes. There was 6 Eskimo pies in a box. There were 6 Orange Crushes in a case, 3 kids, that's 2 apiece, right? Mm-hmm. Well, if I've had my 2 Eskimo pies and I wanted a third one, well, I'd trade one of my Orange Crushes with my sister for her Eskimo pie. Well, that's a direct trade. You don't need me to do that. Anybody can do that on their own. But the power that the Art of Barter brings is we actually use a negotiable currency. So the dentist can go to the mechanic and spend a barter dollar to get his car fixed. The mechanic can use the barter dollar to go to the restaurant for dinner or to go to have a limousine take him to the airport. It can be spent voluntarily with any of the members in the system.
And I know that you teach that. That's called triangulation.
It's triangulation to the nth degree. We've got 1,400 clients, and we're growing, so there's numerous possibilities. The barter dollars are getting more and more valuable every day.
And we mentioned when we first got together and chatted about this, how when you're in the barter system, other folks and members will drive further to you, passing lots of other vendors. Talk about that.
Yeah, that was the story. When I first learned about this almost 20 years ago, I was living in Bloomingdale. I had a barter certificate for a pizza place in West Chicago. So I take my kids, I drive 20 minutes out of my way to get the pizza, use the barter certificate, drove back, and I realized I had passed 20 other pizza restaurants. So this restaurateur got a client from outside of his area who was eagerly willing to drive that far because I saved $40. Mm-hmm. And then he took business away from his competitors, increased his market share. It didn't compete with his cash business at all. It was a win-win. This is the most powerful marketing tool I've ever seen.
Absolutely. And this is more important today than ever. I mean, I know that especially in this economy, there are 2 forces at work going on here. Perfect storm, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
First, business people are preferring to spend their excess goods or service capability or time rather than cash, right?
If they knew how.
That's right. And second, there are certain sales and income tax benefits as well.
Well, the sales benefit is that we bring you customers that you wouldn't have had. I mean, the people have money to spend. They lay right down. They don't argue with you about the price, and they're going to go out of their way. They're going to pass up your competitors to do business with you.
So tell me how your organization, why they need you in there in the middle, taking care of this.
Well, in a direct trade, you don't need me. But if you want to use a negotiable currency, say that 10 times real fast, you need somebody doing all the accounting, which is one of the services that we provide. We are your marketing agent, we are your accountant, and we're the bank.
So tell me about what are the tax advantages? I've heard a lot about that.
There is a taxable consequence to barter earnings and barter transactions for income tax reporting or for sales tax. When you do your own direct trade, that's kind of invisible. That would be your real underground economy. We're more like a parallel universe. We keep everybody compliant with the IRS. We furnish 1099, B at the end of the year. We report annually every calendar year to the IRS to keep everything above board. The IRS views a barter dollar to work on the books just like a cash dollar does.
So everybody's happy.
Absolutely.
And you mentioned it as a very good use of to be able to bring new customers into your business as well.
Well, if you think about if you own a restaurant, you ever walk into an empty restaurant? It's creepy.
That's right.
So you want bodies in the booths. You want cars in the parking lot. That's one thing.
Hey, hold that thought, John. We're going to take a quick break, pay some bills, and we're going to be right back with more John Hora from the Art of Barter.
AM 560. You're listening to The Entrepreneur's Edge with your hosts, Mark and Tom.
Hey, we're back. It's Mark Imperial.
This is Tom Rebar. We are back with our very special guest.
And fascinating, Mr. John Hora from the Vice President of Art of Barter. Hey, John, we were talking before the break about how you can use, if you're a business owner looking to increase your business, you can absolutely get business from the other members in the group.
But you're earning a barter dollar that you can then use to spend in lieu of a cash dollar. So there's a cash savings. It's a business building and a cash savings. The primary reason to trade at the Art of Barter is to earn the barter dollar and spend the barter dollar, thus saving a cash dollar.
And also, you mentioned to me before that barter, for example, how does somebody get barter dollars? Like, tell me about that.
Well, you open up a bank account. How do you get money in there? You put money in there. How'd you get the money? You sold something. So you join the Art of Barter. We bring you customers you wouldn't have had. You provide your services or your goods to them. You earn barter dollars that are credited to your account. Very simple.
Okay. And another thing that comes to mind, how perfect this is like even in a good economy, most businesses have, excess inventory.
Oh, sure. Few businesses are at full, they're not maxed out all the time, even when times are good. Barter's great when times are good, and it's unbelievable when you're in a recession like this because, man, customers are hard to find. New customer acquisition is one of the most expensive elements of marketing for any business. We do that all for you.
For sure. We talk about that all the time. Getting a new customer is the most expensive thing. And today, with the internet and everything, people are they think there's this fantasy that they can get customers for free.
So let's just spin this out so that we don't leave any stone unturned. Let's say I'm a restaurant and I want to become a member of your Art of Barter. How would I go about becoming a member?
It's easy. You just fill out an application. We get you signed up. You have an account. We start advertising your business, and the Art of Barter members start eating at your restaurant.
Okay, and how do I create an account with you? Do I print coupons and...
We do all that for you.
You do it all for me.
Yeah. Now, and I got to ask this question because this is going to be on everybody's mind. How do you guys make money? You're obviously not in this for free.
Our revenue is derived from what we call a transaction fee based upon your purchases, and that's 10%. So let's say you spend $100 barter dollars, we send you a bill for $10.
Fair enough to police this and handle all this for me.
Absolutely. We do all the accounting for you. We do all the marketing for you, and we're the bank. We hold the credits.
That's fascinating. Now, you mentioned to me on the break about how was it a restaurant that got all the billboard media, or what was that story?
We have a client that needed some outdoor advertising, and they're a popular member of ours. They provided us $40,000 of certificates for their establishment. They took that revenue, paid the billboard company with it. Now we've got an inventory of 40,000 of his certificates that we then sell to the other members.
So they got $40,000 of outdoor advertising without having to put up any cash.
Correct.
I mean, this is absolutely perfect, especially in today's economy.
Well, you think about how hard it is to get money from a bank. When you go to the bank, you got to have your fingerprints, your firstborn son. They're going to put you under the microscope, and you say you borrow whatever $50,000 from the bank to buy your outdoor advertising with. Now you've got to bust your butt to make the money to pay them back, right?
Yep.
You come to me, we'll give you the $40,000. We'll bring you the business to pay it back. You can't beat this thing. It's such a win-win situation, and most people don't even know it exists.
We love that here in Entrepreneur's Edge, win-win situations. And yeah, I know a lot of folks, I've talked to folks about this, and they say, yeah, I've heard of that, but they ignore it. And I think there's a disconnect. They don't quite wrap their mind around it, as I mentioned, but I think we're clearing that up quite a bit here.
Well, I'm hopeful of that because I've seen this benefit so many businesses. It's just when you become a member of the Art of Barter, you're part of the family. We have a very high retention rate. I've got clients that have been with us since day one, and everybody becomes like family, and you want to take care of the other members. We're all on a first-name basis, and everybody's favoring each other, thinking about creative ways to help with each other's businesses, because if you provide your service to somebody, ultimately, either directly or indirectly, you're going to be buying back from them. So everybody gets real tight. Everybody's real close in our system.
So how else do you spread the word about Art of Barter? Like, what does your typical marketing look like for the business?
Well, we recruit new members through a sales force. We also mostly through referrals from other members. We have an incentive for our members to refer new members. We've got a program for people who want to represent us where they can earn cash money by introducing people to the Art of Barter. We charge a membership fee to join the Art of Barter that's commissionable. And it's basically referrals. In the business world, there's some things are sold, other things are bought. Barter is something that's sold. You don't find people running to the yellow pages or Googling us to join a barter company, simply because most people don't know that it exists. It's not that there's a secret, but there's a certain appeal that as a unique individual responds to. You hear about the guy who thinks outside the box. Well, the barter person says, what's a box? Mm-hmm. I mean, they're gamers. They're ready to play. They're ready to roll, and they'll take the risks. And that's what we're looking for: people who want to be in this kind of league.
John, can I get you to come to a future Entrepreneur's Edge live event?
Sure.
Because I think
Absolutely.
that, you are going to really connect with a lot of our members because they're all, have blown up that box long ago.
Excellent.
So you'll like them. Besides, are there any other fees besides your minor little transaction fees?
So there's a small fee to join, and then the 10% transaction fee. That's it. We don't charge a monthly fee. We just want people to rock and roll, make money here.
Hang on just a second, John, for after the break so we can let people get a hold of you. We'll be right back. Entrepreneur's Edge.
AM 560. Now, more of the Entrepreneur's Edge with your hosts, Mark and Tom.
Hey, it's Mark Imperial. We're back.
We're back. This is Tom Rebar for the wrap-up of the Entrepreneur's Edge on AM 560.
Hey, John, I would like to thank our guest, Mr. John Hora, the Vice President of Art of Barter. John, if somebody wanted to get a hold of you and get more information about your organization, how would they do that?
Oh, it's easy. Just go to our website. It's artofbarter.com. Or you just call me personally or my business partner, Ron Zakaris, at 847-214-5656.
Fantastic. And I did, publicly on the air ask John to come to our live events, and you're going to do that
I'll
for
be
him?
glad to. I'll look forward to it.
That'd be super, because we'd love to have you. I think there is a definite match in what we've got going on there at Entrepreneur's Edge that we could help each other out that way. So thank you very much for taking the time and joining us today, John.
Yeah, my pleasure. It's the least I can do, and you can always count on me to do the very least. Did I just say that?
This has been delightful. What an energizing and information-packed interview.
The underground economy. I love it.
Parallel universe.
Parallel universe. That's right. That's for another show, John. We'll get into the music and all that. Yeah. Okay. Supporting the hero of the American economy. These shows. Check it out. Entrepreneur's Edge, businessedgeradio.com. We'll see you at the live event real soon.
Thanks for being with us.
Take care.